You're listening to our PWNcast, and this is our third show. Welcome back, fellow Azerothians. You're listening to PWNcast. I'm your host, Eli, speaking to you from Denver, Colorado. It's May 3rd in patch 5.4.7. New episode of Azeroth Choppers. Gary gets a small, tiny little nerf. We've got a new dev water cooler. WoW goes on sale. And Laura writes a groundbreaking article. I brought the Honey Badgers with me. The only healer who uses Elmo Band-Aids. Mass Medic, what's up, buddy?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Yep, I can hear you. You're coming in loud and clear. What's going on, man?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a very week in WoW. I want to say that I have gotten probably nothing accomplished in it. So, yeah, that's my story.
And the DK who tanks in PvP? The Beefy Spamburger. What's up, dude?
Doing my thing, you know. I've been trying to, since I can't seem to find normal raids, I've been doing my flex raids, and I've been doing my LFRs, and I've pretty much been farming for shock crystals at this point. I suppose it's something.
Right on, right on. Also, this week we have an amazing guest with us today from the Facebook page Girls Who Play WoW, Valea. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
No, not too bad, not too bad. So let's get to talking about briefly what we did in WoW this week. Let's start with you, Max.
Like I said, I really got nothing accomplished.
Wow!
You sit there and talk?
The goal setter, my goodness.
I know, I'm so productive. It's just, I'm breaking records, taking names, literally, no, I haven't done anything. So I'll move on to the next guy.
Shame. Okay. All right, Spab, what'd you do?
Well, as you might know, there was a World of Warcraft sale this week, and I've been kind of dragging my feet on my pre-order, my $50 free level 90. So I finally stopped dragging my feet, and I picked up the 50% off Panda special and the expansion and resurrected life into my old main characters before I ever was a Spamburger.
Oh wow!
So I got my 90. So I started playing a druid, and just when I thought I had all my buttons set up on my screen the way I wanted to, I shifted my shape-shifting forms and went, oh, crud, I have a whole nother page full of buttons to set up. And then I shifted shape-shifting forms again and had to do it all over again. And after I did all my druid shape-shifting forms like 5 times, I finished my first spec. And then it dawned on me that I'm going to have to do it all over again when I do my dual spec for my new character. Oh,
that sounds
horrible.
That's why I don't play druid.
Oh, I did.
5 hours later.
It was about 2 hours just to lay out my buttons, yeah.
Oh, my God.
For one spec.
Yeah, in the meantime, people were killing Gary and getting loot.
But you got, explosive mushrooms and hurricanes and typhoons and all those crazy weather phenomenon that Moonkins are capable of doing.
Wow, you better macro those things.
I made one macro the first night, so there you go. The macros are coming.
Right on. Okay, well let's hand it over to our guest, Valea. What'd you do in WoW?
I did a lot of leveling, gearing up, gearing my friend up, and raided.
Ooh, what'd you raid?
Just the first wing of So.
Oh.
Yep.
Gosh.
Well, what difficulty?
Say that again?
What difficulty?
Normal.
Nice.
She's doing first wing on normal, and we're complaining about doing first wing on flex because we've been doing it over and over and over. I'm having nightmares.
Wait till you get in normal. You might cry.
I'm gonna cry. I'm sure I'm gonna cry.
That's what I'm worried about.
I-
Right on. That's cool. And anything else?
No, just making other plans for what we're gonna do with the guild and stuff like that.
Cool. All right.
What is your name of your
Go
guild,
ahead.
if we may so inclined to ask?
It's Girls Who Play WoW.
That's awesome.
Snap. So
Oh,
they're like
wow.
completely legit then.
Yep. We have over 800 members.
Wow, I want in, man. Tell me, there's got to be one requirement. I'm sure I know what it is.
I don't have boobs. Well, I'm not able to get in.
Yeah, you can still get
Oh.
in, but as you know, the women do rule the roost.
Oh, okay.
Sure, that's
Ooh.
probably, you got to know the rules. As long as you know the rules, Mess.
Well, I'm married, so I understand how that is.
He understands the rules.
Where's my whip sound effect? That's awesome. Right on. Cool. For me this week was a complete failure. I let my son on my computer, and he went onto some website that has games on it, and it downloaded like 50 viruses on my computer. So it was all ad viruses. So I went on to Battle.net, and I had I think I counted like 10 different advertisements on it. And I couldn't even see the article I was trying to read. There was advertisements, and then there was videos playing, like 2 different videos at the same time were playing. And I just put my head in my hands and almost cried. I was like, oh, my computer. I couldn't get it off. Yes. I tried to get Mass to help me out. It was pretty bad. It was so bad that it deleted all of my antiviruses.
Whoa.
So I was defenseless.
I would have cried, screamed, hit things, broke things. Oh no.
Yes. The good thing though is it didn't affect WoW. I was able to play, but yeah, it was pretty bad. So what I did is I sent it out and it was gone for like 3 days, and so I missed my raid day, and I'm really hurt about that. So I have no raiding news for you guys at all. All I did was farms. But I will add this. I got onto my monk. I have a female panda monk that's a healer, and her name is Jade Heals. And I went to the PvP vendor, and I looked to see what's the monk gear look like. Oh my gosh. Sure. I was like, I have to have that now. So I started doing some Battlegrounds, and I was doing monk healing in Battlegrounds. It was a whole different ball game. Oh my gosh. I could go into it. It's crazy, but I won't. So that's pretty much all I did. So let's talk about the new episode of the Azeroth Choppers. What did you guys think?
He sounds like he's spent this week.
He's very enthusiastic.
I felt it was more of the same. It's drama for the sake of drama. I honestly, at this point, it's 3 weeks of Choppers now. I feel that it could have been one 30-minute, what is it, 22-minute episode of a typical Chopper show on TV, and they're just stretching it out for 2 months at this point. It's horrible.
What's worse is we know that it's already built.
I can't wait to see these bikes. I wish they would show us more than seconds at a time.
Or release
minutes.
it.
All right, I'll give it minutes. Release more.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Of what we're right. Show us what we want to see. I agree. Come on already. Yeah, let's see these bikes already.
Right. I know. And they didn't really put anything on it. If you guys watch the whole thing, there's really they put a gas tank, and then they put what they call, and I got my fingers up in the air, tusks. Tusks. Those weren't tusks. I was expecting like wooden tusks, like mammoth style wooden tusks with engravings, like spells engraved onto them, and like all this really cool stuff. Maybe some lights glowing from the spells. I was just like had this vision in my mind, and it was like fail, and then they get one of these tusks. And it's too, and I got my fingers up in the air again, it's too heavy. So they put it on the bike, and it breaks. They didn't even touch it. They just set it on the bike, and half of it just like, pop, breaks off. I'm like, what is this made out of? Like, plastic? What is that?
Blizzard's obviously had some budgeting cuts. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't splurge on that at all. That was horrible.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm a big enthusiastic, of building. I watch a lot of car shows and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, we all know because, well, for one, some of us, I'm not going to say who, professions are actually mechanics. And, I do have experience in being a mechanic in some kind of degree, I guess you could say. It's just, I know what they're trying to do. They're just trying to get views, and it's just really irritating. And then once it finally gets down to the second to last week, I'm pretty sure they're not going to have very many people even watching it because it's just too drawn out. It's like a chick flick.
It's true.
I don't know.
It's horrible. Why do they think that we're falling for this? Like, what we know that they announced that this is going to happen. We know the bike's already built, and we know that they already know who's going to win practically. And we're like,
how do you know that? How do you know that, Eli?
Come on, Horde. Come on. I mean, do I really have to explain? Come on. We're talking skulls, chains, tusks, voodoo masks. Come on. It's a win-win. What are they going to do? And then what would have been better for the Alliance if they would have put actual wheels on it? But they put these tracks, these tank tracks on there? What the heck is that?
Yeah.
How's that the Alliance? No, they should have put like these huge tires on there or something. No, it's a fail for me. It's a total fail for me. I'm totally let down.
It is. Well, before we go too in-depth about it, how does our guest feel about it? Since, if you've been very in-depth about this or whatnot. Any input?
Not really. I haven't even, gone to look at it.
Wow.
Well, that sums it up. Okay, we're not going to talk about that.
She's not a shopper kind of girl, I guess.
I figured it'll happen when I get bored and have nothing else to do. I'm too busy otherwise.
That's what I said in week one. I said it was going to be how do they call it, binge watch? I was going to be a big binge watch for me. I was going to watch all of the episodes when it was all said and done. But I've been watching, trying to keep up just for the sake of the show. And I got to tell you, in my opinion, it's drama for the sake of drama.
Yeah. It's awful.
Let's move on. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. It's garbage. Yeah,
it's pretty disappointing. I think, and I've listened to a couple of podcasts. I listened to Scott Johnson and on the Instance, and they totally said the exact same thing. And I haven't heard any positive coming out of this at all from, I think, a total of like 16 different podcasts that I listened to. So I think we're in the right,
right boat.
we're in the right boat. Right. All right, let's talk about Gary. Gary got a very small nerf, according to Spam.
I was like my fingers were touching. It's so tiny. It's the tiniest little nerf that they gave Gary.
Okay, so this happened recently. Has anybody been to Gary recently? I haven't.
I have not.
I did LFR like a couple of weeks ago and got to him, and it was a total fail fest, so I just left. Yeah, I haven't got to him, so I can't say that I've seen it, but it's just a very small nerf, nothing crazy. What was the spell? What was the spell or something that he cast?
Oh my gosh, what was I looking at? You got me all over the internet. Hold on. Oh, the Garage Hellstream nerf was
it was the touch of
empowered touch of Yashar now targets two players instead of scaling from 2 to 4.
Right.
Is it just in flexible difficulty? Yeah, it's just in flex difficulty.
Just in flex.
But I mean, most groups are going to go in there with 10 or 11 people. So most of the groups, it's only going to target 2 of them anyway. If I'm not mistaken. So unless it's a large group, that's why I said that's a tiny nerf. And the second thing was empowered touch of Yazar cast times have been increased to 3.5 seconds instead of 2.5 seconds. Again, I'm like, ooh, you still get a cast it. It's still coming. you just get to quake in your boots for an extra second.
Do you have any thoughts on this, Val?
Not really. The way I see it is eventually they all get nerfed, so people are going to bitch either way.
I like it. I like it.
Still
She's
gonna
going
try.
somewhere in life. Not college, but she's going somewhere. I like it.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I just had to say that. Oh, goodness.
Oh,
Probably
gosh.
get fired or something for that. Okay, moving on.
I'm glad
All right,
to
let's
see.
talk-
I'm glad
Go
to
ahead.
see that there are patch notes that aren't only for the alpha. I'm glad to see they're still working on current content like patch as well. So they're still taking care of us, even though there's no new content coming anytime soon.
True.
I'm trying to be positive as usual. What was the other?
All right. Did you guys read the article, the dev water cooler?
No.
I did. I mean, this is stuff that they've been talking about since BlizzCon. This is like, okay, we're gonna have a new difficulty level, and we were like, yay! Does that mean there's another difficulty level on top of Flex? And they were like, wait, no, we didn't say that, you know. So I think I said something on our Facebook page about, well, I guess they realized what we all did, is that Flexible is a stupid name for their difficulty level. So instead of calling it, where's the dev water cooler? Instead of calling it flexible, they're calling flexible normal, and now they're calling normal heroic, which means that heroic becomes, you guessed it, mythic. So, I mean, it's cool. I like the fact that there's a set 20 size for mythic in 6.0, and I'm kind of hoping that they will do, is he going to say it, that they will do a 40 sized man raid for 6.1, and you can have a mythic 40 man raid, and I'm just like, you know, call me old fashioned, but I think 40 is a good number for a raid. You know, I don't think they're going to do it because I think it's a internet connectivity issue, and they want to make it a pleasant experience for raiders. So I don't think we're going to see 40 man mythic, but I can dream, can't I? I mean,
you can dream.
I can dream. All right. That's my take on the whole new raid structure, 6.0 raid structure and mythic raiding. I think it's the same difficulty levels that we have now. They're just changing the names.
They're just giving it a new paint job. That's all they're doing.
It's an opinion. It's more of the same. The later down, way down on the bottom of the page, they said something. They called it, in quotation marks, they said, the trial of the Crusader problem. And I was like, are they talking about, and then I kept reading and it says, in patch 3.2, and I was like,
3.2.
They are talking about. And this is back in Lich King, when those of you who remember the trial of the Crusader was like the place to catch up at the end of Lich King for those in your raid group that weren't quite geared up. It was quick, easy runs for purples, man, for purple gear. And once we were getting into the heroic trial of the Crusader, people were getting these tokens. Are we still there?
Yeah.
These tokens that you use to cash in for the tier gear at the vendor. So they're I guess that's what they're calling the trial of the Crusader problem. And they're trying to make it so that we're not going to have to hand in coins, I guess. Is that the gist of the article? So that we're not going to have to hand in coins anymore? It's just going to be a Valor thing, and they're going to try and give us some sort of boost if we get to the Valor cap every week. They're going to make it worthwhile, supposedly. Again, this is all, you know, every time they do work, I'm always very appreciative to see things moving forward. So that's my take on these things. There was another thing somewhere, I don't know if it was in the same article, where they were talking about PvP. I think that was in the Draenor article. Oh, that's the one you wanted to fight with me about. Oh, they were talking about the boxes of gear in PvP.
We'll get to that
later. Oh, he does want to fight with me tonight.
What did you think of what did you think of this article, Leia?
I didn't read it.
Oh, come on!
Oh my goodness. Well,
fail sauce.
I try to stay away from reading stuff because one way or another, I hate something out of it, and why am I going to sit there and dread when it could just all happen at once, and then I can throw my bitch fit and be fine.
That's true, and then you get all of that when you start reading all the comments down on the bottom. There's always a little forum down there, and to be honest, I have fun reading these things. I'll go down at least like 2 pages, and then after that, I'm like, oh, I can't take it anymore.
Somebody's yelling at someone. It's awesome.
Yeah, and then they have that whole new thing now where you can comment on somebody's comments on the forums, and that kind of goes down for a ways until somebody makes a new comment. So that's pretty cool. I thought it was just more of the same. I thought what was cool is the shared lockout. Did you read that, Spam?
I think it was. I read it as it was the same system, right? Oh, it was
right.
It was. Hold on, it was higher up the page where they said that it was going to be normal 10 and normal 25 shared the same lockout. Right. Again, they're trying to incorporate the whole flexible system into the normal and heroic rating. And I think that, I mean, if they're faithful enough in the system after having been doing this flexible thing for 6 or 8 months or whatever it has been now, to incorporate this into the normal system, then go for it. I mean, like I said, I feel that if they're working on this, that I mean, they're obviously going to be trying to move in a positive direction. So I'm hopeful that this is, I hope that this is going to stop having raid groups standing around staring at the walls, waiting for like 3 more people to join the group, because it will will make the dungeons more flexible.
Right.
Yeah, but when you do that,
for us, I'm hopeful that, I mean, I play a tank, so I don't usually have that whole waiting for a tank feeling. But I can imagine if I was not a tank that I'd be usually staring at walls waiting for tanks, you know, and with the exception of that, I don't have a tank. I don't think we're going to be not going in for want of a 5th healer, or not going in for want of a 15th DPSer, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead and chime in, Blair.
When you have it so that it's more flexible, you can bring in more people, you can go in less people, you're not getting that consistency, and your chances of getting a good group decrease even more so as than when you would bring in pugs for your normal 10 or 25 man raids. You're just going to get stupid all over.
She said the P word. It makes I gotta not in my stomach every time I hear that P word that you said.
It's a scary word. It's a very scary word.
But go ahead. It is a scary word.
Don't even get me started on that. It's the worst. And then, you remember, Spam, when we were trying to create a group, how frustrated we were. And we'd get a whole group together, and then people would come and go, and it's like, it's not even the same group anymore.
Nope.
What happened to the original group?
Before we even started before the first poll, we had like 10 people that were in the raid that were no longer in the raid before we did the first poll. That's how many people were just bouncing out of our groups so fast. They were like, "Oh, you're not ready to go right now? See ya." I mean,
yep.
And it's still happening. I did a Malorok on normal this week, and our first poll was very good. And I turned around after we got like a mass res, and like 6 people were gone before like I even finished eating my food, you know. And that's just the way it's been going. I can't stand these pugs anymore, man.
It's the worst. We were so blessed, and I put my hands in the air, and I slowly bow to Brew Rod, our buddy, who had an awesome raid group. And he's like, "Hey guys, I got a really good raid group over here. Why don't you guys come over here?" Because we were, kind of just giving him our frustrations and unloading all of our frustration on him. And he's like, "Why don't you guys shut up and come to my group?" And we're like, "Okay, cool. Where is this?" And so we went, and it was amazing. We talked about it in episode 1. Oh my gosh, it like reinstalled my faith in humanity. It was so cool. There was door prizes.
It's not a pug group. It was the regular.
We took breaks. Oh, it was so amazing. I'm an LFR junkie, so I put up with these long runs and sit there and wait till the 2 tanks fight it out and both end up leaving, and then we get 2 brand new tanks in. I just sit there and wait. And USA Ooh.
I got like your earlobes when you say that.
Yes, rubbing my earlobes right now under my headphones, and I got incense burning, and I got like somebody playing like some Middle Eastern music in the background, just do 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 on the, just like soaking in the vibe, trying to get the pure, the positive energy. Because if I don't, I will run my fist through this screen. It's so bad.
I'm kind of concerned now. I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
I'm holding it all in for one day. I'm just gonna let it all out on some poor unsuspecting person.
We must see video of this.
Where I just lose it, and my hair's all messy, and I'm in the street, and my shirt's all untucked, and I'm like, ah. That day's coming soon, unfortunately. It's pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do any LFR for WAD at all.
Oh well, you're gonna have to. I mean, that's gonna be part of tearing up, I guess.
If I do, it's gonna be with like a group of people that I know. It's not gonna happen otherwise.
Oh.
I just can't take it anymore. All right, let's talk about WoW goes on sale again.
Oh,
what do you guys think?
My God. Well, we all know why it's happening.
This is $10 for pandas, people. Come on.
It's
like
true.
I understand that when Mists of Pandaria came out, people rolled their eyes and went, "Come on, Jack Black meets World of Warcraft. It's gonna be Kung Fu Panda." But if you've played through the Mists of Pandaria, like I have, like you have, like we all have, you know that there's this charm about it. For me, it reminds me of those Saturday afternoon kung fu movies that I used to run home on Saturdays after I used to bowl on Saturday mornings. I used to run home from the bowling alley every Saturday so I can catch Bruce Lee and nowadays I guess the kids watch Jackie Chan movies, but there's kind of this kung fu charm about the whole expansion, and I frankly, flying around Pandaria, I think the place is stunning. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, I remember watching that first video when it came out, and it was the Alliance guy, the human, and the orc, and they landed on the shore and they start fighting, and then that panda shows up in the middle of it, and you see his eye through his hat, and you're like, woo! And then he fixes the little statue because it was gonna fall down, and they give each other this stick, and they're like, this guy's insane, and he just starts beating the crap out of him. I was like nerd screaming the entire time.
I'm not the only one.
I was like, I want to be a panda.
And I feel it's again very kung fu master, palm slapping against the water kind of stories, and I love it. I love it. I eat it up like candy.
Yep. And it's on sale. And if you guys have any friends who want to play, it's $10 for the first part, and then it's just $10 for Panda. So it's $20, and you can level all the way to 90. $20. That's awesome.
Yeah, but if you've been playing and you haven't bought Mop yet, you've got some serious issues. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. But like I'm saying, if you want to recommend a friend to play, like I got a buddy, I really tried to get him into the game, and this is when Pandaria first came out. And I was like, come on, you got to play this game. We worked together, and I was just telling him everything about the game, and guilds, and then there's raids, and then there's PvP, and he's like, cool, you sold me. Let's do this. How much do I got to pay? And I was like, okay, well, you got to buy the original game. That's going to be like $30, and you got to buy the new expansion. That's like $60, and then you got to pay $15 every month to play. And he's like, nope, I'm not going to do that.
Right? Yeah.
And I was like, well, why not? He goes, because I just bought a game for like $20 at the game store for my Xbox, and I've been having a ball with that. So, yeah, you're trying to sell me to like $200 for the year. That's not gonna happen. I was like, no. So this is exciting. And then if you buy the new expansion, you get a free. Well, not free because spam corrected it. So
yeah, I don't believe any time I have to give someone my credit card for something that's free, we're gonna have a debate.
you get a 90 with that. So come on. That's the other thing too, is I finally did get my friend to play, and he's like, cool, I'll do this. And so we brought our buddies over, and we're like, cool, you're a Blood Elf, cool. And we started playing, and then we're like, yeah, this is boring. We're going to go back and do what Mighties do. And he's like, all right, have fun, guys. And he did it for like maybe 20 levels and decided, no, this is horrible. This is going to take me forever. And I wish I would have had that Mighty to give him and been like, no, here, play with this right now. and that's what I lost him. And I lost him to quests. Curse you, quests. Oh, I wanted him to play so bad. And I'm sure we all have those friends that we would love to be able to talk about WoW with, but we can't because they don't play.
I talk about it anyway. My friends constantly tell me I am the biggest nerd that they know. And I'm like, you know what? I can be a nerd, but I am the damn coolest nerd you will ever know.
Yes! Oh, that's awesome.
We should do like a future episode. We should do like what issues you have with your friends who don't play WoW.
Yes.
It's something we could talk about.
Yes. Oh, I've done it so many times. Like when I go to work and I'm like hocked up on a Red Bull or something, and I go up and I'm like, Lataro Car, friends, and they're like,
think you're nuts.
They look too concerned, saying like, we can get you help type thing.
Yep.
Well, you could sit there and be like me, like we'll be sitting in the bar, drinking, whatever, watching people make idiots of themselves, and someone will start talking, and I just can't stand what they say, and I'll sit there, and I've literally screamed out WoW spells, like silence and stun, and they look at me like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, it's a nerd thing. Learn it, live it, love it.
Awesome. You remind me of that boy.
Awesome.
Remember that boy? Did you guys ever hear about that story about that boy who scared off a bear by using, like, saying spells or something off of WoW?
Yeah, no, he learned aggro. So what he did is
he took the aggro
the bear
off
was
his
going
sister.
yes, because he's like, no, I need the aggro to come to me. Oh, when I read that, I think I nerd screamed. Yes, I did. I was reading that on my phone, and I was like, yes!
Did you guys see the one where the kid got suspended from school for yelling Hammer of Righteous at his teacher?
I'm the righteous.
Enlighten us. Oh, goodness.
So this kid's sitting in detention already for God knows what. And all of a sudden, his teacher starts yelling at him. I don't know what he was doing, and he yells, "Yeah, Hammer of Righteous!"
Thunder Fury.
And starts saying spells. But in his school record now, it says exactly what he did. There's pictures of it. I know there's a picture of it on the Girls Who Play WoW page. I will have to find it for you.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that is so cool.
That guy's my hero.
Oh, wow.
See, I wasn't allowed to get away with stuff like that when I went to school, because I went to Catholic school. That would have been detention for like 2 months, man.
No, you could have went priest.
I would have went priest on them. Yes,
King of Hope. even if you did the weird, hand motions, like if you were casting it, you'd still look cool. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, when I went to like high school, it wasn't World of Warcraft, but we had this crazy thing that we called Dungeons and Dragons back then.
Oh, D&D.
So I was casting spells at my Catholic priest since I was our boy's age,
Right. I had so many misconceptions about that game, and I didn't know anything about it. And then a buddy of ours who also plays with us on our guild, he's like, yeah, I'm going to go to this, I'm going to play some D&D. And I was like, what is that all about? He explained it to me, and I was like, yeah, gosh, that sounds like so much fun. Why did I ever not get into that? But we won't talk about D&D because we're not a D&D podcast, but it is awesome. Let's talk about Lore Writes a Groundbreaking Article. Please tell me you guys read this article.
This is the one you want to fight with me about, right?
Right.
This is, I don't know what we're fighting about. It's all good news.
Yes.
Beautiful things.
Yes. Well, it's all PvP news. So for those of you who aren't PvPers, maybe you're not going to like this, but it's amazing.
He doesn't mean he wants to fight with me. He means he wants to hop on my Death Knight's back and ride me into battle.
Yes. I feel so secure when I'm this tiny little Blood Elf healer and this giant cow is in front of me with all this huge armor and his giant sword, and he's just running really slow towards the battle. And I'm like, I got you guys.
My way into battle, yes.
Yeah, I do love that. So, because I'm squishy as anything else. So, but what do you guys think? Did you guys read it?
I glanced over it.
What'd you think? Let's start with Valea.
I think it's a lot of good things coming into PvP. I haven't personally done any PvP since Cataclysm.
What?
Shame. That's a crying shame right there.
Oh, that deserves a Cole train.
Well,
Right?
I left my main server. I left my arena partner, so there was no point to me doing PvP anymore.
What's that battle called? Battle of Kotmagu. The newest, one of the new battlegrounds in Mr. Pandaria. I call it Dodgeball. I think it's one of the best battlegrounds they've ever done in 10 years of WoW. So if you haven't,
it's awesome.
if you haven't done Dodgeball in Mr. Pandaria, you're missing out, for real.
I like
right.
the one with the carts.
The carts is fun too, but
the mine.
I love some Dodgeball.
What's the name of it? The something mines. I can't remember. That one's fun.
Silver Shard Mines.
Yes. So, I read here it says higher item levels in PvP situations. Instead of making players wearing PvE gear feel weaker in PvP, this makes it so that players wearing PvP gear feel stronger.
That was the old.
The only exception is with Mystic rating.
Article that you're talking.
Right. But think about this. Now, when you wear PvP gear, like what's the highest PvP gear you could get right now? The item level.
See.
I think it's like
497. I think.
No. The highest
the new
one
one.
is
New one.
522 or something. I can't remember.
The new one that they just rolled out.
But it's always less than PvE gear.
For sure.
PvE gear is like crazy high. They are literally
been that way for 10 years.
They're swapping this now. It's not the same anymore. In WoD, PvP is going to be the stronger gear, and PvE is going to be the weaker gear.
My goodness.
That's like a crazy... Well, okay, think about it, guys. How many times have you guys been in a raid, and some dude walks in with his PvP gear, and you're like, really? You're like barely high enough to be in here. Like, come on, really? And I get the whole thing that the fact that they don't have like hit rating on them or expertise rating on them like as much as PvE gear does, but... If they were able to compensate for that, they'd be just fine. But everybody would just kick them straight out of the guild right away because, we got a PvP here, and they'd kick them out. And now, it's going to be a little different.
I think they're trying to make it more casual, so you don't have to be... Like, if somebody likes the best of both worlds, they don't necessarily have to, specifically have two sets of gear. It's so somebody can hop in at any time.
I think that's called dumbing it down.
Dumbing it down.
True.
Well, I think the reason that they're doing it is because it seems that it's the raiders that are the ones that are suffering the most right now. So they want to get more people into raiding, so they're making it easier for the PvP guys to jump right in with their PvP gear. And I think that's a good thing because like I said, who wants to stand there and stare at the walls anymore? Waiting for, 3 more DPS and a healer, So let's just get more people in there and get them into the queue and let the little queue computer do its thing and let's get raiding already. Not that I'm looking forward to pugs in any...
Well, this is the thing that I don't understand because it was a big thing that they announced when they said that we're only going to have one set of gear. We're no longer going to be doing... Because right now, I have 3 sets of gear in my bags. No, it would be 4 because I'm wearing one. I have 4 sets of gear. I do. I got one for healing, one for DPS and PvE.
I have a full...
One for healing, one for DPS and PvP.
One full royal satchel is just full of plate mail. Could you imagine how heavy my bag must be?
In real life,
Could you imagine?
You think about it, in real life, how hilarious is that? You see a threat and another player, and you're like, hold on, I have to put on a whole different outfit to fight you. And you start digging and throwing stuff out of your bag over your head, and you're just, I need that shield. Can you help me buckle this? And get it all out just to fight that person. It's so not real at all. But what I think is cool is that, say I start collecting some PvP gear from, doing a few little things here and there, and somebody comes, I'm farming, I'm getting some herbs, I'm getting some stuff, and I'm flagged for whatever reason. Maybe I just came back from a battleground, so I'm flagged, and he sees me, and he's like, cool, and he starts to try to gank me. Well, instantly, my armor switches from PvE to PvP, whatever I have.
Or if you were flagged already, you'd be all...
Yes, I was like, hooray, this is a total quality of life change for me. Because that's happened a lot because my crazy brother Frieza is into this whole thing of world police. So there's like this channel that he logs into. It's called World Defense. You join World Defense. And what it does is it tells you everywhere in the world of Warcraft where things are being attacked by the Lion. Yes, so then it's like such and such is being attacked, and he's like, cool, let me Google that, let me know where that is. And he's like, oh, that's somewhere in Duratar or whatever.
Let's go.
Cool. Let's go. And he's like, I know where it's at. Yep. And he's a mage, so he can just like teleport practically anywhere. So he's like, cool. And then he's flying, and he's got a few buddies with him, and they just love doing this. Well, I would go with him sometimes, and then I'm in the middle of the fight, and I'm like, oh, I'm not even in my PvP gear. I hate that whole thing. So I'm glad this is happening. This is a great thing for me, and I'm excited. What do you guys think about the boxes? This is new. We're going to be getting strong boxes.
I love the boxes.
For those of you who play PvP, this is a very huge argument that everybody has on the forums, and I don't know, I love to fight on the forums, but they talk about, say you're on a team and your team's getting destroyed and they've already scored twice, and they're turtling. They don't even want to score the third time. They know they're going to win, so they just turtle, and you have no chance. So then everybody just quits. They're like, forget it, and a lot of them go AFK and they quit. Well, with these strong boxes, that's going to change because you get bronze and silver and gold, and say it's 3 flag captures, right? Well, they might have won the game with 3 flag captures, but we got 2. That means we get a silver strong box, everybody in the group, and there's a chance for loot. There's a chance for all kinds of currency in there.
Yeah, they're changing the loot tables drastically for the PvP as well.
I just want to back you guys up real quick. We all know what it's going to be. You're going to complete it, you're going to be all psyched, and then you're just going to get a bag of gold. That's all that's going to happen.
Don't steal my thunder.
Don't steal, right?
I told you, I'm already on the brink. I don't need that. I was excited.
I agree. I'm excited because I'm not one of those people who gives up. I never give up. I fight till the end. True. Yes. Because I usually have a swarm of allies floating around me like flies anyway. Yep. If I'm lucky, I have enough time to look up and check the score during the battleground. So, I mean, this is like Eli was saying, this is something that's going to make people want to like go for the gusto. You know, they're gonna push for that extra flag, even if they're gonna get trounced anyway. You know, and I think it's good. I think that's the way PvP should be.
Yes, because now even if you're going to lose, you still try to get at least 1 capture or whatever it is, so many points, and you'll get a silver or a bronze, and you'll still get some gear. They did say that they're going to make the first set of gear the easiest to get. They're going to be dropping that gear like crazy because they're going to have 3 separate tiers of PvP gear. So for those of you who don't PvP now, you get your first set with your honor points, you get your second set with your conquest points, and then after that, it's all cosmetic. So you'll see those people who have elite above their name, and you're like, whoa, how do they get that? They're basically buying the exact same piece of armor, and it doesn't increase anything except cosmetically. And you're like, really, that's it? Like, I paid another 2,200 conquest points for a helmet that's the exact same that I have, except it's a different color?
Yeah, I've had issues with that in the
right. What's the motivation in that? And really, the only reason these people are actually buying these things is because they PvP so much for the sport of it that they have so much to spend. They're like, well, I might as well just buy a new piece and put it on.
Might as well have a new pretty color, right? That's what I'm doing.
Might as well have a different color. It doesn't do anything for you. The only thing that would do for you was like the gems. You could get like really epic gems that would add a little bit more than what you could get. But that was about it.
Yeah, but that's all changing in Warlords of Draenor because of all the what is it called? Profession advantages are going away. So
right.
It's going to be a different game.
And did you guys hear about the bonus roll in Rated Battlegrounds?
Again, I'm happy. So, I'm one of those guys that has so many points I don't know what to do with them. So.
Even though, and I will say, because of doing raids, I have, oh my gosh, I miss so many raid weeks sometimes that I had so many of these dumb coins, and I have like enough to just keep getting them.
Barely keeping up.
Because I know you can only have 10, but I had enough to like I could have like 50 of them if I wanted, if they would give them to me.
Yeah.
And so I had all these coins, but when I did go, and I would spend all 10 in 1 week. I was like, one raid, one day, I'm like, roll on everything. I love it. And I actually got stuff from that. So having it for rated battlegrounds, that sounds awesome.
That sounds great to me, yeah.
Yep.
Bring on more coins, I don't know. First they tell me on the top of the page they're getting rid of coins, and then they tell me on the bottom that they have a whole new coin for me, so... Whatever, I like I always say, as long as they're doing work, I'm sure they have a reason for wanting to do it that way, so...
Right. Well, look at that. We didn't fight after all. That's awesome.
There will be more.
Oh, there's so much love.
Like I said, he doesn't want to fight with me. He just wants to ride me into battle and the snooze. I think getting silver lock boxes and gold lock boxes is a beautiful thing.
Yes. Right on. Well, we do have a guest with us, and we want to learn more about our guest. So... tell us about your tunes, what server you're on, what guild you are in, what faction you play. Tell us.
Well, obviously, guild is Girls Who Play WoW. We have 2 of them. We have a Horde on Hellscream and Alliance on Whisperwind, which admin Lala actually is the GM of.
Ooh.
And then...
I love that name.
and then I have tunes actually scattered all over. My main server... was Lothar until I made Girls Who Play WoW and then came to Hellscream. So I've got my tunes split everywhere. But my main, obviously, Holy Pally. Love it. Gonna cry when the next expansion hits because they're gonna be null and void.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. I'm not happy.
Well, how do you mean null and void?
I'm confused here.
Basically, they're gonna be dropped to the complete bottom of the totem pole for healers. And all our... because we're mostly single-target heal.
Isn't that where they are right now?
No.
No offense.
If you know what you're doing, and you actually research it, and you learn your spells inside and out, you're not. The bottom of the totem pole at this moment, I'm going to have to say, is actually druids. Because I'm really big on watching numbers.
You got someone's attention.
I'm really big on watching numbers, overhealing, healing, all that. And the amount of overhealing done by a druid in a single fight is so absurd.
Ridiculous, it's absurd.
That if they didn't have that overhealing, they wouldn't even make the chart.
Wow.
And I've seen it consistently on all different types of healers. There's only one healer that I can say, without a doubt, has never had overhealing to the point where you look at it and go, God damn, I should have just healed this alone.
Disciplined priest. No.
Okay, I see.
Who is that?
All right.
Is the paladin is the non-overhealer? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because we're more of a single-target heal.
Single-target zap and heal them, yeah.
Yes. Grant, I usually end up having to do a lot of crowd control healing because people stand in shit, and I'll let them get away with it once or twice, but the third time I tell them, well, I hope you like kissing the floor because I can't continue to heal stupid.
I love it.
So it really doesn't matter to me who you are, and if you're not going to do your job, you're just going to basically lay there, because I won't even let the raid team res them.
Oh my gosh.
Good for you.
I
play a Death Knight, and I have a battle res with a 10-minute cooldown. And if you're a DPS, I'm not gonna res you. It's my general rule of thumb. Unless you're on like the top 5 list, I guess. And you ask me nicely, I save them for someone who also has a res. You know what I'm saying? Generally, but I think that's a good rule of thumb. If you're standing in stuff, you don't deserve a battle res.
I like that.
So would you say you're an overall just healer?
Yes, I actually have monk healer, pally healer, priest healer, working on my shaman healer, and yes, I have a baby druid that's like a level 60 something. That after I figured out I don't want to spend all the time on the bars like you did.
Yeah, that's a lot of time on those bars, man.
I just kind of it just sits there.
Wow.
Druid's
Wow, that's
difficult,
awesome.
yeah.
I think I'm just heartbroken right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep, he's got a pally.
Like I've done pally heals and druid heals. I'm not gonna lie. I've been impressed with my druid, and everybody's all like, you're overhealing. So I'm like, okay, my overhealing is high, but still, that is considered a heal. I mean, when shit hits the fan, I'm popping my bubbles, and it's saving the group. But I think pallies are more consistent in specific one target, and they're great for PvP. If you want to go that way, you can definitely keep a good group alive. Druids in PvP suck. They suck. But I honestly think, in my opinion, what I've seen is druids are the best healers. But that's just me. I don't want to get into hustle and tussle, get our first fight. I really don't want to do that. But that's how I feel about it. But, my heart's a little broken that you said that. I'm not going to lie. I'm shedding tears over here.
Well, I believe...
I bleed for you. I wish I could say.
I can't believe Fries is not...
Flash cry.
Fries would like her
Flash
so much
cry.
because she's got that, she's got something to say about everything.
Yeah, she's got that whip. That's awesome. So when did you start? Like, when did you... Go ahead.
About 5 years ago, actually.
Oh,
5 years, I believe.
Lich King? Which was your first
there.
box?
I actually... My first box... God, I'd have to go look.
Yes, this takes me back to on the posts on the forums. I tried to play mediator between two people in the forums and ended up getting into like a whose shoulder pads are bigger fight with the guy who was the original instigator between the first two. And I was just like, everybody calm down. Let's not use profanities. And it ended up being like a fight over who's got more experience in the game. And because the player had been playing for 5 years, he wasn't a noob anymore. But he said that he had started with Cataclysm, but I was like, but Cataclysm didn't come out until December 7th of 2010. And I was like, that's like the end of 2010, so that's like 3.5 years, so what are you talking about? And I just like my class, I soaked up all the aggro, and the next thing I knew, the guy was ranting at me instead of the other guy. So at least I'm a social networking tank, if you will.
Well, Spam's one of those vanilla players, like that meme that I've seen before, where he's like, back in my day, it took 40 people to do raid.
Well, apparently my Skype wanted to cut out on me.
Oh, okay.
Did we lose you for a minute there?
You did.
Oh, well, you're back.
Yes, I'm back now, so I missed everything you guys said.
Awesome. Wait, did you miss No, you didn't miss that. Never mind. Okay. Well.
What we were just saying is that back in my day, it took 40 people to do a raid. and as sad as that may be, we used to stare at walls, and we didn't have no LFG tool interface to pop up on the screen and do it for us. We used to stand in trade chat and say, "Come play with me." I have 27 people out of 40, and I'm looking for more.
Wow! Oh my gosh, that's crazy. All right, well, tell us what are you doing? Well, do you PvE, PvP, achievements, battle pits, brawlers guild, roleplay? What do you do?
I do a lot of PvE. Of course, you kind of get wrapped into the PvP sometimes when you're out in certain zones. Like, actually, not yesterday, but the day before, me and my friend Dvoria were over in Timeless Isle, and I don't know the name of the trinket, or if it is even a trinket, but it lets you turn hostile towards...
I love it. What is? I don't know what it's called either, but it's like an icon that you push that lets you go flag versus everybody, right?
Yeah.
Even your own faction.
Yeah, it's fantastic. What is it called?
Censor of Eternal Agony.
Censor of Eternal Agony. Go ahead.
Well, we were trying to do one of the quests for the rare bosses, and this DK out of nowhere just starts raping him. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't keep you up because you're squishy and you don't have the right gear and
I'm blushing.
all this.
She's making me blush.
Nothing wrong with
Shouldn't
that.
do that.
But then he tries to go after me, and I'm just standing there. I'm like, okay, I got this. Thinking I have my PvP gear in my bag. Nope. Totally wrong. Thinking I'm just going to, like, annihilate him. Because I usually have no problem being a holy pal. I keep myself up and just holy shock them to death. Yeah, no,
Right.
that didn't happen. Because at that point, he decided he was going to call in a druid as well. So I just got raped. And it sucked because I'm sitting here trying to do this quest and gear my friend up, and we can't do it. So.
Wow.
I share your pain.
What a bummer.
It sucked. It was like an hour and a half of doing that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm going to go sit over here and unflag, because we don't even know how we got flagged. I must have put my AoE down, and he walked through it.
Well, if you heal someone who's flagged, you get flagged.
Well, yeah, what I'm thinking is he accidentally hit them while we were taking care of all the ads, and that must have flagged it, because I got flagged after him.
Oh, that's the worst.
It happens.
That's the worst. I hated that whole thing because our server is Proudmoore, and Proudmoore is primarily an Alliance server. We play Horde. So when it was time to get those Celestials, good luck. That was not going to happen.
I've become quite a professional when it comes to getting that tag in before the other guy does. Yeah. But you have to have the group like ready and waiting and ready to go.
Yeah, and then you have to warn them. You're like, don't flag yourselves, guys. Don't flag yourselves. And say it a million times. It's going to happen anyway. And then half your group is dead.
Yeah.
Well.
And you're like, okay, this is awesome. I don't know. It's very frustrating to the point where I don't even go over there anymore. I'm like, why? Why go over there? I don't want to go. It's the server. The server is primarily Alliance.
I won't lie.
So.
I got my boosted 90 and I went to a different server with him. I can't lie.
Yes.
I did not stay on Proudmoore server with my new tune.
Yeah, I know. It's all good. I'm probably going to switch a tune over to Airy Peak as well and see what we can come up with over there. But let's ask you another question. Let's talk about your Facebook page, because we are all on your Facebook page, and it's awesome. We love it. It's got great content. Who started it? Why did you start it?
And how in bloody hell did you get 15,000 likes? Yeah.
Well, all right.
That's the question.
I started it as a joke with another friend. I did not expect anything to come of it. We were just sitting in Vent one day after a raid, and we're like, oh, you know, we see all these little WoW pages popping up, and we're like, oh, wouldn't it be interesting if we did something that, you know, girls who play WoW, we'll probably get a lot of trolls and whatnot. Totally expecting that. Never did we imagine that in a week we would have 3K members, fans. Wow. It was just nonstop.
So basically having boobs has got you 3K.
It did. It totally did.
That fast. Okay.
We need to get
we need some boobs.
Straight up. I'm just to be honest.
Straight up, there's some advice from a pro for you right there. So how did you I mean, now you have 5 times that. So what was the progression to get there?
Basically, just posting whatever we find that we like, that we think other players and other fans can relate to. You know, I'm the one on the page that keeps things more personal. I do a lot of, you know, human interest stuff on the players, what they're doing both in and out of game. We support everybody. We're based off of, you know, supporting female WoW players, but we support everybody equally. Obviously, if you go through our albums, we have the Meet the Fans. You're going to see guys and girls in there. And just staying true to who we are, basically, is what's gotten us to where we are. We do have some changes coming up on Saturday, Tuesdays, because everyone knows WoW is down on Tuesdays. And what are you going to do? You're going to clean your house. You're going to go outside and decide, oh, look, these graphics are nice, but damn, I just don't feel like playing it. A lot of people turn to other games. So we're going to make Tuesdays. We haven't quite decided what we're going to name it yet, but Tuesdays is going to be a day that we dedicate to all other games, and it's not going to be just like video games.
That's
You know, if
great.
you play
I like that.
board games, if you D&D, if you go LARPing, all that stuff. We're just going to incorporate it all in on Tuesday.
Like
What about other Blizzard games?
Every game possible that
yes,
we play.
let's play Hearthstone. Yes.
we are going to, just pretty much shining light everywhere else. And I mean, there's a lot of female players, not just in WoW, but in Sworda and League of Legends, Dota, all these games. And then obviously the console players, PSP, Xbox. There's a lot of female players that aren't getting attention and aren't getting to say, hey, look, here I am. I'm playing this game. I am just as good as you, and if not better. And we're going to shine a light on that, and we're going to let them voice it.
I have a theory why lots of my games haven't gotten any attention, because they dropped the alpha patch notes like 2 weeks ago, and my life kind of ended from the torrent of data that's been released with the flood of Warlords of Draenor patch notes, and that's the reason I haven't seen much of any other games.
You do the reading then, right?
I do. Oh, Rebecca, do again.
I said you
You
do.
said do. I always do the reading because I've always been a reader.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a power reader. I used to work in a library and a museum, so I'm one of those guys. Yeah.
City bus and just like flips through pages all crazy.
I had a like free period. I'm a teacher for those of you who are taking notes. I had a free period the other day, and I pounded through like 140 pages of the book I'm reading. I mean, granted, it's a book with big print and pictures on the side. It's one of those for dummies books. But I mean, I even if it's something that I consider myself an expert at, I still love the dummies books.
How many World of Warcraft books have you read?
How many World of Warcraft books? There's a stack of them next to my bed that's thicker than my fist.
Oh, we're gonna have to do a new lore section now.
You guys, as Eli has pointed out a couple times, I go way back to the
back in my day,
and I'm a reader. I'm a geek. I used to when I was a young kid. I worked in the comic book industry. I got to go to all those shows because my boss paid for my ticket, and like I was representing my company. I say begrudgingly. I used to be one of those people.
You're one of those guys. So Valea, let me ask you something else. What are your thoughts about the future? WAD. What are your thoughts?
I'm actually not too happy with what I've been reading over the patch notes. I mean, there's some good things. Like, I think the garrisons is going to be good. I think that's an absolutely phenomenal new aspect of what you're going to do and how you're going to do things. And I'm excited to see where that goes. However, things like, the DK movement speeds can now stack on Unholy. Oh my god, that's horrible. If we go against them, we're fucked.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. Like it's like a big screw you to the rest of you.
I will admit I had the same thought when I was reading patch notes that no one's going to go anywhere. I play a Death Knight, so that was definitely one of the thoughts that went through my mind.
He was rubbing his hands together.
My hands,
like,
rubbing my hooves together.
It's just ridiculous.
Right. Like there's going to be so many changes to crowd control things that I'm not getting too excited about anything just yet.
Well, that's the only reason why Fry's is coming back to World of Warcraft. Is I had to literally sell him on the fact that the CC's gone. I'm like, no, you don't understand. CC's gone. It's not
Did
as
you really?
crazy as it was before. Yeah. And he's like, no, I don't believe it. I was like, come to my computer and let me show you the article. And he's like, okay. And so he sat down and he read it. And I was like, see, and here's an interview with the devs. See? And he's
Is
like,
that really the
I guess I'll come back.
is what convinced him to come back? That the
Yeah,
crowd
he was
control
like-
was gone?
Right. He was like, I guess I'll try it. So that is cool. Are you going to go to BlizzCon?
No, I am not. I actually have not had the chance to go yet, but I am planning on saving up and going next year.
If you go next year, will you do any cosplay?
Yes.
No way! What are you
Go,
going to do?
man. This would be...
I actually want to go with my Pally.
Awesome.
Yeah. Is your Pally a chick or a guy?
It is a female blood elf.
Oh, she wants to be a
It's the
blood
guy.
elf. That's
It's
awesome.
the guy stuff. She's going to
Well,
go as the
I've been to a lot of trade shows. I lived in New York City. Nothing surprised me.
Oh, gosh. Right on. Well, I would love to go. I don't think I can make it. I don't know. I would love to, but then again, I'd have to be like, well, let's turn it into a mini vacation and bring everybody with
There
us.
you
I
go,
asked you
2 grand.
guys. My wife said I could go. Okay, she gave me permission.
Right.
We're gonna send Mass Medic to BlizzCon in November. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we'll put our money. That's
I don't wanna
if
dress
you
up like a
got
giant
there.
cow.
Yeah, no,
You
we're
gotta
gonna load
F5,
you full of
F5,
all of our
F5.
trinkets and totems and send you there like as a representative.
For the show.
like it.
Yeah, you're not going to get that fun. You're going to do
No,
interviews
no
all
fun
day.
for you.
Forget this.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Well, are you guys down to bring in Frieza, or should we say, bah, you missed out?
What's our time looking at?
We're looking at an hour and
change
8.
already. Yeah.
Oh.
We're running a little low.
Forget that troll, man. Forget him and his husky face, man.
I can imagine what he's very excited because he actually did his homework.
If he's done his homework, he's got something to say. Absolutely, bring him in.
And I already know what he's
let's
going to
hear-
say about the Azeroth choppers.
Let's hear the trolling trolls minute, man.
The trolling trolls minute.
Freezy Frieza.
You should give him the challenge of saying everything that he has to say in the matter of 30 seconds.
He'll
Yes.
do it.
Let's do
I
it.
like you. I like you a lot. We're gonna
Okay,
bring you
let's do
back.
it.
We should bring it back because we missed having her and Frieza together.
I have a stopwatch here, so we can do the stopwatch. That's if he's going to answer.
Pardon the interruption. He's got 60 seconds.
Yes. I'm totally down
Trying
to
to
wrap
get
it.
an
That's
answer.
it.
Oh, no tusks for you.
I don't know. Hey, since we're talking about your page, I noticed that one of your admins is Bradora Song Sorrow.
Yes.
Oh, that's my buddy. We go
And
way
that's Spam's
back.
buddy.
My buddy. We take together.
Well, me and her actually have some exciting news.
Ooh.
Me and her are doing a couple collaborations. We are working on some WoW parodies, and we are also working on a web series.
Ooh.
Awesome.
That sounds awesome. I'm very intrigued.
Ugh.
These guys,
That sounds
you know,
cool.
you guys are my heroes now, right? Because that's like my hobby.
Yes.
My hobby that
That's all he does
I've waited
is look up.
for like
Yes.
years until I can graduate from school and have time to do anything again. And for years, I've just wanted nothing more than to do like WoW parody videos in my spare time. And
Yeah, he sends me like 3 a week. He's like, you gotta see this one. You gotta see this
I'm such a
one.
WoW song geek. I got like WoW songs in
Minecraft,
my head most.
If you're looking for lyrics,
I know the
ask
the lyrics.
Spam. He can come up with like a verse in like seconds. I don't know how he does that.
Well, hey, I've
And you
got
can-
one sitting on the back burner right now that I'm having a hard
I
time
love
with the last
these
2
girls. I love
verses.
these girls.
Yes.
And
Throw it his
And
way.
that one is
Yeah,
called
so
Teach
back
Me How to Kitty.
So she had
Ooh.
Teach me
this.
how to kiss.
See, I used to work in a museum with a guy who used to do these in his spare time, and he eventually had to take like his whole page down because he was not having his career advance because he was such a WoW freak. So he decided he would rather like have a career than play World of Warcraft, and But he's still to this day. I mean, he has like a green screen, like chroma key set up in his living room because the one that was in our museum wasn't good enough for him. So he's that kind of guy. Yes. So I've had a lot of experience playing with this kind of stuff, but I haven't actually done any productions of my own.
Well, I actually asked Song Sorrow if she would like to come on the show. She said yes, so we might have her on next time. So that'll be awesome.
I was actually talking to her about that last night.
Might as well just bring
I'm
it
so
both.
excited for her.
Yeah, we could. No, not with Frieza though. No way. No. he's a dog. Oh, no. Oh, well, he is not answering, so we will call it quits here, guys.
Shut up.
Can you tell us how to find you?
Basically, you could just
Hello?
go to Facebook, type in Girls Who Play WoW, and it will pop up. And if you want to find us in-game, Hellscream Horde, Girls Who Play WoW, Whisper Wind Alliance, Girls Who Play WoW.
Awesome, right on. And you guys can reach Spam at I Eat Spam Burgers on Twitter. You can reach Frieza at Frieza the Mage, and you can reach me, Eli, at Eliada the Priest on Facebook. And how can we get a hold of you, Mass?
I don't want to talk to people.
You sound like me.
My Facebook for my character is Mass Medic the Healer. If anybody want to get in contact, try to hop in on this podcast and share your views about it, reach me there. And our page is PWNcast. Exactly how it sounds.
Right, and our Twitter is at PWNcasts with an S, and we're trying to get a little bit more active on that lately. But if you have any questions, send them to our Facebook page, and we will put them on the show. So tune in next week. We will be having another guest from a different page and from also the same page that we were talking about today. And her name is Bredera Songsaro, so if everything works out, we will have her on the show. Thank you guys for joining us. We've had a great time here from all of us here at PWNcast and Valea from the Girls Who Play WoW page. We bid you adieu. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
By 7, what was the dealio?
Is she still here?
Yeah.
I am here.
Awesome. So, did we scare you away?
No.
Okay.
Is that easy?
So, Frieza, meet Valea from Girls Who Play WoW page.
Hola, hola.
Hello.
Hello.
And Frieza is our mage extraordinaire who got so frustrated with CC he quit the game.
Yes, ma'am. That's me.
I'm not
Straight
sure I
up.
have anything positive to say about that.
No,
Yeah.
it's a horrible reason to quit, but it happened.
That's
Yes.
nerd rage at its finest.
Yes, it was.
Absolutely was. Yeah.
I was like, hey, I was trying to get him back on because he had just given me this big old speech that we're going to do PvP this season. Season 15, we're on. We're going to do some crazy PvP.
You know,
We're
I
gonna
seem to remember
all
that
kinds of stuff.
speech.
Yes. And then he quit like 2 days later, and I was like, dude, we just got like all kinds of armor. What are you doing?
Okay.
He's like, I'm going bowling with my friends.
Bowling.
I hate that game.
Those
And I was
real
like,
life
what?
graphics, they get you every time.
Yeah, storyline sucks.
I started my bowling again. I went bowling. I go bowling now on the weekends instead of staying inside. And then I went fishing today. So I'm trying new stuff in my life, but I definitely need to get back and play. I want to play again.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be on. I just logged on now, so technically you guys didn't notice, but I did log on. So
Ooh, so you're actually playing?
well, not at the moment. I just logged out.
Okay, we have a challenge. We have a challenge for you. Okay.
What's up?
So what you're going to do is you're going to tell us what you think about the new Azeroth Choppers episode. You're going to tell us a little bit how Gary is nerfed, and the new Dev water cooler, and how WoW went on sale, and how the new article that I sent to you and all the notes and everything. And you're going to do it in 60 seconds.
No.
And
No. I only read 2 of those notes, and I only got to see a minute of the Choppers thing because I was driving through a cavern when I was coming back fishing. I was trying to watch the episode, and it wasn't working. So
wait, hold on. You were doing your homework, soaking wet from the river on the way, rushing to get back here. Oh, wow.
yeah, it's like high school all over again. Nothing changes.
Oh, gosh.
I was
Wow, you're very punctual.
a D student, man. D student.
Hey, he passed.
He did. He did.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
sitting there going, oh crap, I have to do it over.
yeah.
Oh, that's the worst feeling
When I
ever.
used to
All right.
go to class, I used to just give up and just tell the teacher. I put a sad face on the test, and she's like, "Why the sad face?" I didn't study for it. I go, "It's better for a sad face than an F." I was like, "So I don't know what to do." So
Little teardrop coming out of your eye.
yeah, that's basically. Are we actually on the podcast right now? Or are you guys just talking?
No, we already
You're
ended
like,
it.
Good.
You're like an hour late for our hour-long podcast.
I'm on time. I was on
so-
time.
Did you tell him
Starting
8
in-
o'clock? Did you tell him 8 o'clock?
Oh, yes, but it was Central. You know what? I have to be honest. Mass called me too, and he was like, "Hey, why aren't you on?" Like, what the heck, dude? And I was like, well, "What do you mean? I got like an hour." And he's like, "No, it's Central Time." And I was like, "Holy crap!" I told my wife, I was like, "I gotta go." And she's like, "What's going on?" I thought it was
Mass
an
Medic
hour
should
later.
know that nothing
Yes.
operates on Central Time.
Yes. And I ran downstairs very excited, and my kids were like, "Ooh, something must be going on downstairs." They all followed me down here. Even the cat came down.
Even the cat came down.
And I was like, "What are you guys doing? Like, what's going on?" I was like, "I got my podcast. Get out of here."
Well, I was like an hour away. I told me and my dad went fishing, and I told him, I go, well, I need to get back by 8, so let's leave by 7. So we're at the gas station. It's like 6:45, and Ben calls me and he's like, we're starting now at 7. And I was like, well, I'm an hour away, so.
Yeah, good for you. I mean,
Yeah, good for you, man.
I agree. Good for you, because we shouldn't be like, losing sleep over this thing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a hobby, not a job.
Not a chore.
I mean,
Yes.
I really hate all of you right now, but whatever. I'll get
You should hate me the most. I'm the one who issued the challenge.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yes.
Wouldn't be the first time that a woman has made me angry. So
That's what we do, but we have our reasons.
I have high blood
Yes.
pressure, borderline diabetic. I'm a mechanic, and it's like no, every day is the worst day of my life. So
Pfizer, this is what we're referring to when we talk about our wife aggro. It's when the women do that when they twist the knife like
Yes,
that.
wife
Yes,
aggro
yes.
works, guys. You cannot fight it.
Oh,
All right, Ray,
well,
you
if
got
you fight
Ray,
it, then everybody loses. So.
You got 60 seconds.
no, I'm not doing it. I don't know I don't know anything.
Okay,
I read.
tell us what you think about everything, and in 60 seconds. Ready?
Also, I think about what?
Pull up your show notes.
Show notes. Better study.
You better study.
Get him.
Okay. Wait a second. Gary. Okay, I don't understand that. Gary gets a small nerf. Okay, because I read that, and I don't know who Gary is.
Gary is garage.
Garage.
You can blame me
Hello?
for that. I'm the one that started calling him Gary.
How am I supposed to?
I've been part
Because
of
I've been hanging out with Garage
There's-
for so many weekends now that I feel like
Gary.
he should be on a first name basis.
There it is. That's the name of the episode.
Okay.
Who the hell is?
I guess we can talk about the 60 seconds.
Ready?
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Okay.
Ready? Okay, in 3,
He's
2,
talking.
1, go!
New episode of Azeroth Shoppers. Watched a minute of it. I don't like it. Gary gets a small nerf. I don't know who Gary is. We've got a new dev water cooler. Don't know what that means. Didn't do the notes. WoW goes on sale. WoW is always on sale.
It's half price now, 50% off.
It's always half price, isn't it?
Oh, it's $10 for pandas now.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just rich.
Cut into his time!
Maybe I'm just
I'm
rich.
trying to give him
I
something
just
to
have a lot of
say.
money. Everything's on sale for me, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Laura writes a groundbreaking article. I think that's the one I read about the PvP. No?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I did that one. Yay! I read that one. The PvP. They're
What do
doing
you
the
think
whole.
about the boxes, the silver?
Shut up!
I like it.
Shut up!
Oh, they have the boxes. Oh yeah, we were talking about the boxes. It said, if you get the bronze box, the silver box, the gold box
Yes.
for the Arathia Brazen.
Time is up! Time is up!
Okay. I learned nothing.
Come on!
You do
you
even
have-
less than I did.
Yeah, it's true. No, it's true, Friza. I'm sitting there and I'm like, so, what do you guys think of this? And they're like, nobody read the article. Okay.
So I'm the
What do
only
you guys
one. I'm the
think
only
about
one
this?
who's getting an A on the homework.
Yes,
Hold on.
you get an A,
Can
Spam.
I say something real quick though? Can I say something?
You get an M.
Can I say
for
something?
blue.
Let me say it.
Yo,
Okay, I work 12 to 14 hours every single day of my life. I literally work and then go back to sleep and wake up with 30 minutes to get dressed and go back to work Monday through Friday. So Saturday morning, I was supposed to do my homework before the thing. I ended up going fishing all morning and didn't do any homework. That's what happened.
Oh, that's horrible. But at least you're a working man.
Okay.
Hey, that's what I claim. That's not true.
he uses fishing as an excuse for lots of things. We're used to it.
No, when we say fishing, we say it in quotations with our fingers.
Fishing. Fishing.
You went fishing with his dad today.
I went and stood in the water. That's what I did.
Did you catch anything?
No, dude, the runoff.
Oh, what a loser!
The runoff, dude. I don't know why we even went. The runoff, it was murky water. Everything was 10 feet. It was horrible.
Freezing cold, murky water. Yeah, that's what he did. He stood in the water all day.
That sounds like a blast. I'm so glad I didn't go.
But Leia, I need to see your tune. What realm are you on?
Hell Scream. Horde.
Is that your horde?
She PvPs.
Oh, get out of here. What are you?
Paladin.
A healer.
Healer. Oh, the best combination for a frost mage. You get
This
to give
I
me.
know.
Well, it used to be because you had the mastery. Healers have the mastery buff, right?
Still do, yep.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's such.
Hold on a sec, guys. I'll be right back.
They took our mastery away. They took the frost mage's mastery away, and that's when I quit. WoW. All my items were reforged to mastery. My gems were all mastery.
Yeah, I remember that. You went all mastery.
All mastery, and then 6 months into it, they're like, oh, by the way, mastery means absolutely nothing, and we're going to put 5 little frost crystals above your head, and,
Why
don't
does
quit the
mastery
game.
Wait, what did I miss? Why does mastery mean nothing?
It means nothing to frost mages anymore. Now it means everything to arcane mages. I'm getting on my tune right now.
What are frost mages supposed to use instead?
They don't.
Now
They quit.
They have these little
They use
crystals.
crit and haste.
Right.
But
Which
they
haste is
always used crit. And he used to say haste is a waste. That's
he
right.
stacked on mastery. He stacked crazy
stacked
mastery,
crazy
which
mastery.
means he was able to do million hits.
Oh, dude, I was doing million hits on.
He was one-shotting guys.
That's
when
that's
we were
what
in
this whole
twos,
thing was about.
We were in twos, and he was like, bam, that guy's dead. And I'm like, well, how did he die? He's like, I one-shotted him. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How do you one-shot somebody?
Yep,
He's like, I did.
I was doing some big crits back in my time, and then they took it all away from me and gave it
You still lost to what was his name?
Oh, what was that guy's name?
Cartoons or
I
something.
think it's.
Yeah, I
think his
played
name was
against cartoons.
Bamberger. What?
So what's your story? What's the idea that you're coming through with the girls play WoW or something like that?
Yes.
Which part? The actual page itself, or
Yes.
the plans for the page?
Yes. Or what's the deal? What's the dealio?
Well, starting Tuesdays, we're going to have pretty much an anything but WoW day, since it's maintenance. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, I was just wondering what was going on with that because they don't.
I like that idea.
They don't.
I think we should have a try to beat spam at Hearthstone day.
Oh my!
Oh,
goodness.
they closed that server too.
No,
I
you got a 1v1 me. I dare anybody to 1v1 me. Who's a DPS?
Hearthstone?
You haven't even played in forever.
Dude, I'm still freaking master of my domain.
I've been playing for a whole 7 days now. I will eat you alive.
I remember when I quit. What's his name was beating me every single time. DJ, remember DJ or Dylan?
Yeah.
Remember him? His DK unholy, crazy PvP guy. I couldn't kill him. Take his health like quarter way down, and he'd heal himself at the last second and then beat me. Dude, I was playing like 16 hours every day.
Thank God
you're not. Dude, when I was living over there on Tower Road, Mom would call me and be like, "Hey, are you playing the game right now?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "I can hear it in the background."
I can hear it in the background. Friza, it says you haven't played in 6 months.
Get out of here.
6 months. I should take a picture before he logs in.
You better. That's the last time you're going to see that. That's pretty messed. That's a long 6 months.
Well, just think how I feel. You guys recruited me, and then I got to 90, and I was all excited, and poof, you cast invisibility for 6 months.
Well, I finally got my pally back. Remember Eduardo?
Yeah.
What was his name in the game? He was my hilly pally.
I forgot.
We and him were unstoppable. He would fly. He'd stay above, up in the outlands, and he'd fly up there for who knows how long. And then I would go down there into a little thing, and all of a sudden, like three allies would come out of nowhere, and he would fly down and heal me, and I'd kill all 3 allies. It was absolutely unbeatable team, you know. And on the other hand, he wears cloth and has no shield.
I'm squishy. Oh, look, I changed my picture.
Yeah,
I figured it out.
But you could heal me in the raids. That was pretty good.
Yes, and it was awesome, and we're excited. We are going to get on iTunes soon once we figure this whole thing out, because it's apparently a lot more complicated than I thought it was. But once we figure it out, we will be on iTunes, and shout us out on your page. I know you already did, but let them know you're on the show.
Absolutely will.
And we'll do the same on ours. We're trying to get, we only got 200 likes, like 200 plus.
Yeah, we're 200 to change now, yeah.
Are you out of here?
Well, now we know the secret. We need to get some boobs on the show, and then we'll...
Oh, my.
3,000 likes? I can't even imagine.
Valea. Are you out of here?
I'm not doing anything right now.
Oh,
actually.
no, I was wondering because I don't know if you were out of here. I was going to say, we got to get together on a PvP thing. Like, I'm so serious about that. You don't even know.
Well, if you look in the messenger in our conversation here, there's my battle tag.
I don't even know.
This was great.
Right.
And I will have this show up possibly by tomorrow sometime on our Facebook page, so look for it.
All right, I'm going to log out for about 20 minutes. I'm going to stay logged into the game, but I'm going to go do other stuff. I'm going to eat, so.
Sounds great.
You guys put your kids away, and I'll pretend I have some.
All right, right on.
Good night, guys.
All right, good night.
Later.